Begin with breaking news from the Russian city of Kemerovo. The death toll from a fire at a shopping and entertainment centre there continues to climb. It has now risen to 64 people, many of them children. There are also a number of people still missing. That is according to authorities. Video from inside the burning mall has emerged online.
Мужики, сейчас точно задохнемся.
Четвертый этаж, где кинотеатр полностью затемнен, полностью в дыму, все горит, народ весь в панике, дети плачут, страшно. Ну все, уже все дымом, и первый этаж тоже затягивают, кошмар какой-то. Блин, где наш папа? Данил, выходим к машине, побежали.
Well, witnesses say people were unable to escape from the building and were seen jumping from windows. There are now conflicting reports about the cause of the fire. None have been officially confirmed as yet. Local media is, however, reporting it may have started as a children's playground. A word of warning, you may find some of the following images extremely upsetting.
It was horrific. The mall was packed with people. We couldn't hear the fire alarm.
The smoke filled the cinema. I grabbed my sister and we ran down the stairs. It was a terrible crush and zero visibility. My hands are still trembling when I imagine what could have happened to us.
One man began to panic. He said we should jump off the roof because it would soon collapse. We shouted from the roof to be rescued, but no one came for 40 minutes.
Well, in the aftermath of the fire, the city has cancelled all entertainment and cultural events in a mark of respect to those who lost their lives. People are also bringing flowers, candles and perhaps most poignantly of all, toys to the shopping centre. Igor Zhidanov reports now from Kemerovo.
It seems like the whole city is flocking with flowers, toys and candles to the shopping mall that was caught ablaze on a Sunday night. 4 benches completely heaped with flowers and everything else, and people standing there holding sort of a vigil to all of the dead in the blaze. Now, it occurred yesterday, it occurred on Sunday, and apparently it started at a children's playground, at a children's fun zone, and it's not yet clear what exactly started it. There are 2 main versions. One is someone, apparently troubled teens, deliberately setting ablaze a foam pit in the trampoline area, and another one is a faulty electrical circuit. But whatever caused the blaze, afterwards, everything that could go wrong did. First and foremost, there was no fire alarm to give an early warning to the people inside. Secondly, the sprinklers didn't seem to work at all, and when people actually rushed to fire escapes, some of them appeared to be locked, so they had to crush them, they had to break through them or jump out of the windows. Some people injured themselves doing so. A lot of children in the lists of the dead and missing, some of them toddlers. It was a Sunday, it was the weekend, so many families took their kids to this shopping mall, and one of the cinema halls was reportedly packed with small children who were watching a movie. Now, the investigation into what's happening is ongoing. At least 4 people, including the fire safety chief of the mall and the owner of the mall, have been detained and taken in for questioning. Now, we are here all the way throughout the day to bring you the latest from the scene of this horrific tragedy, and people are queuing up in massive lines to donate blood to those injured, to those in the hospitals. So we will be bringing you the latest from this Siberian city throughout the day.
Yeah, just on what Igor was speaking about there, people in Kemerovo are lining up still to donate blood for the victims. What we know at the moment in that regard is that 48 people were injured in the fire. 11 of them have been taken to hospital. Some remain in a critical condition. Well, RT's Nadira Tudor broke down earlier to me the events of the tragic day.
Day out, family day out usually, people just walking around that shopping mall, allowing their children to obviously wander around. It's really a tragic incident that we're seeing here now. Now, we have had reports directly from people who were in the midst of that blaze through social media. There were descriptions of panic, descriptions of people trying to make their way to the top floor, only to be faced with smoke. And, of course, they didn't apparently hear any loudspeakers or a fire alarm as a warning. Right. What we can hear now is a witness statement from a friend of two people who were missing and the warnings that they heard. Okay.
I was told by my boyfriend at the time of the incident that he and his friend tried to drag children away from the fire. But because of the thick smoke, they were prevented from staying there any longer by the shopping mall center workers, who said all the children were out. People were smashing windows with their hands and feet because it was impossible to be in there. It was so scary. I saw how people jumped out of the windows. One person jumped to instant death. Another boy is now in a coma from what we've heard. And another person has broke his spine but is alive. I lost some friends there. A part of the group managed to escape, but I lost contact with the rest and have not heard from them for over a day.
This whole situation of not knowing and just waiting is nerve-wracking. No one slept the whole night. Among the dead were a mother and daughter, 45 and 12 years old, and the father. Yesterday he was in Novosibirsk, and he got a call that there was a fire in the shopping mall. He spoke to his wife a few hours earlier, and he knew that they had gone there. When he came over earlier today, he had health issues with his heart when he got the news about his family.
We've also got reaction from other eyewitnesses describing what they saw and how people dealt with the situation.
Мы сидели в кинотеатре на 4-м этаже. Просто забежала женщина и закричала, что надо бежать. Все бежали, мы с детьми, нас 7 человек. И мы выбежали, нам никто не может помочь ничем.
Но вы не пострадали?
Нет.
А вообще пострадавшие были?
Были, разбивали окна и оттуда прыгали.
Много людей прыгало?
Много.
То есть никакой сирены, ничего не звучало?
Нет.
А пожарные быстро вообще приехали?
Мы вперед убежали.
Целый класс был, 11 лет ребятишкам, весь класс был в кинотеатре. Она позвонила по телефону, идет дым, мы никого найти не можем, двери закрыты и все.
Now, one of the stories that really has stood out is a group of primary school children that were actually on a school trip in the mall. They had come from outside the city. The teacher had let them go around and took them to a cartoon show. 8 of these primary school children are missing. What we have are really quite strong and heart-rending messages that they texted. One saying, I can't get out, I can't breathe. Another was saying, tell Mum I love her. And this one is particularly tragic. This is the end. So those are the kind of messages that we've seen coming out of that. No one knows where they are. And you can imagine the fear that they were feeling there.
Well, according to the latest figures we have, 11 people remain missing. The families of the victims met with city officials in a nearby school and understandably could not hold back their anger.
Люди висели на 4-м этаже, стекла повыбивали, на рамах висели люди, понимаете? Человек ползал, это уже вообще очень страшно видеть, как у него рука горят.
За 8 часов собрали 3 часов.
Все, и упал, все, и его нет. А пожарные просто лестницу, они так уехали. Они стояли, смотрели, ничего не делали, понимаете? Мы смотрели.
Well, Russia's health minister is in Kemerovo to oversee the medical side of the recovery operation. Veronika Skvortsova said genetic testing may be needed to identify many of the victims. She also gave an update on one patient who's in serious condition.
At this moment, 11 people are still hospitalized. An 11-year-old boy is in the most serious condition. He jumped from the 4th floor to save his life. His parents and a younger sister died in the tragedy. He's the only survivor from his family. The boy has serious injuries and now needs an artificial lung ventilator. But his condition has slightly improved this morning.
Yeah, the boy that the minister is referring to can be seen in this footage. He is in, as you can clearly make out, serious condition and is being monitored closely by the hospital staff, as his family is not there at the moment to help. Well, the blaze in Kemerovo has been named as one of the deadliest fires in Russia in the past 100 years. 2 other similar tragedies have struck Russia in the last decade. Messages of condolence for the victims' families have been coming in from around the world. Among them are Austria, Turkey, Kazakhstan, Serbia, Latvia and the Council of Europe, who have all expressed their sorrow. Well, we will be closely following the tragedy in Siberia throughout the day. To recap for the moment, 64 people are confirmed dead, some are missing, and rescuers are continuing to search the burned-out shopping mall in Kemerovo.